So this is WOW numbers. This is run by a player named Wayachi, I believe, and it's a very valuable tool to try to evaluate, if you're getting better or not. To evaluate other players, you want to look at their record. Um, and I'm closing in on my goal. My goal is to get to 56%. And when I accomplish that, I will consider my World of Warships career complete. I started out slow, and I'm never going to get to be, with this kind of record, I'm never going to get to be a 65% player. So I'm not going to attempt to do that. But this is my recent play. I'm not saying I'm this good a player, but the last year I'm playing at about 64%. The last 180 days, slightly better than that. That's what is that? That's half a year. The last quarter of a year, I'm playing at 70% clip. And the last 21 days, 74%. And this period here at 85. I'm not saying I'm that kind of player. I'm not. I'm just better than this. Um, I wouldn't even say I'm that, but I'm definitely a 60% player. You can get in, strings where you don't measure up, but the truth is I've learned a lot over the course, I'd say, of the last 2 to 3 years. And the one thing I'll share it with you if you're looking to improve. Um, the most important thing is understanding lead and ships having to lead you with guns and lead you with torpedoes. And you have to be very situationally aware. And when you're going in to engage, and you have to engage, you can't hide. What you try to do is always know you're out, know where you can escape and prevent them from pulling lead. If they can't pull lead, they can't seriously hurt you. And that's in almost all activities. I like to hunt submarines, excuse me, destroyers, and I give them lead, and then I take lead away. And I not so much speed changes, but direction changes. When you're playing and you want to mix it up, and I do, I like to fight. I'm not a long distance spammer. Another thing to help you is to change speed and direction quickly. And I do that with structure collisions, intentional structure collisions, to hit them and then go into reverse. And you got to be very adept with your rudder keys. You got to know in reverse, right rudder brings you right, and left rudder brings you left, curves you off to the left. You got to understand that, and not lose track of that. And then the last thing that I would say that got me to be a 60% player is that you have to minimize crossfire. You cannot let multiple ships shoot at you. So you use structure to do that, you use detection, and you don't always fire willy-nilly to kill a boat. Because if you do that, more times than not, you're going to be spotted and crossfired by a multitude of ships. And you're better off saving your shot until you have, say, a broadside where you're sitting, where your AP is loaded up, or you have structure about to take guns off. And then there's times where you do use structure to lob over. But I don't do that as a matter of course. I go in, I protect my destroyers, I hunt destroyers, and I hunt submarines. But if you'll keep in mind those things, I believe that any player can get to 60% and be a better player. And until I learned those secrets I just shared, I was not a particularly good player. I was 50% at best.